Hey, it's Tansel. Today I'm going to go through the major system, just a bit of a deep dive because the previous videos showed how to use it and that's fine, but a lot of people have more questions. So I thought, you know what? Let's get into it a bit deeper, get into the fundamentals of how it works, but more so on what you can do with it because that's important. So let's go. I've written the major system code up there. If you haven't seen my major system video, go watch that now because you'll need it for this. So here's the code to remember numbers. You can obviously use it for other things as well aside from numbers. But let's go into the mechanics of it. So you've got here 0 is S or Z, right? 1 is T or D, 2 is N, 3 is M, and so on. Right? So when we put these numbers together, they make a word. So if you've got 41, that could equal R, right? And then we've got T, right, for 1. So we can put any other letter in there. So it could be rat, right? It could be rot, and so on. Now, here's the important part to note, because this is where people get confused. Right? This is a system you can bend to any sort of liking to make it fit your style and what you need. So, for example, right, I can have the word 05, right? I can say that is a seal, right? So S and 5 is L, seal. But this is a phonetic system, right? It's a phonetic system. So what that means is that it goes by sound, not the letter, right? So that's an S or Z sound. Quick one to interrupt the video. I'm running one-on-one memory coaching. If you want to apply, click the link down below. I'll see you there. So that also means that could be a C, like C for ceiling, right? So this could also be ceiling. Now, you're probably wondering, hang on, Tansel, the word's extending. What's going on? You haven't just used it up to the end. Well, here's the beauty of the major system. You only need to know the first 2 letters, right, of the code, and then you can just keep making it up. So that means you can use more words. So 05, ceiling, 67, right? That could be chocolate. Right, now, obviously, you can get the ch sound from there, k sound, right? That's a k. And then, but you've got all this as well, right? Doesn't matter, because as long as you've got those 2, you can have the word chocolate, right? So that's how you can essentially use the major system to bend to your will, right? And use more words, because that's the real power of it. If you're just using it to make words like rat and seal, man, 3 and 2, that's boring and it's going to be very limited. So you can really improve your creativity by extending these words, because you only need to know the first 2 major system letters and that's it. Right? Now, if you haven't watched my video already, I'll show you how to memorize this major system, so you can go and watch that. This is the real power of the major system. So very short one today. Got any questions, comment down below. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can just click on the link in the description. It'll take you to my work with me page. Okay, so let's look at some other words we can create that are extended using this, right? Just to give you more ideas. So like I said, you can do the word man, so that's an M and that's an N, right? A. And I can have the word, for example, manicure. Right? Manicure. So if you love your manicure, right? Instead of trying to visualize a man, that could be boring. It could be very generic, right? You can visualize maybe getting a manicure, right? How does that feel? Remember, memory is about memorability, right? Not just visualizing pictures, because you can visualize pictures. If you don't feel anything, if you don't experience anything, you're going to forget, right? It's a failure. So you can do that. You can have the word manipulation. So use the major system in a way that benefits you. Use the words that you like, because you can get quite creative with this. And if you use it in the way that you like, guess what? It's going to increase your interest in memory techniques. It's going to help you move to where you want to go a lot quicker than being stuck in a limited way. So hopefully that's made sense to you.